So let's just move on now to the next branch. So I'm going to make it so this part will open up. Now I need to put a trap here. Haven't thought of what trap I'm going to put here, but I know that this is a very good place for a trap. Comments please. And then here you finally get the magenta wool. So let's move on. There is a trap here, not going to spoil it though, involves TNT. And then you finally get to the next intersection. And you do get this teleporter, so you can teleport yourself to the first intersection, although that's a one-way only teleport, so once you go there you have to walk all the way through that magenta section again, which you probably should have cleared out by then. I've given out more dirt. And finally, the player actually gets some cobblestone, which is very low amounts of cobblestone, but it's cobblestone, I wouldn't complain. And there's, yeah, heaps of loot everywhere. That's for you to explore though. Alright, let's go into this branch here. So, let's go game mode 1. Oh, by the way, if any mobs spawn in that area, they shouldn't, because that's supposed to be a very safe area. Now, this is another custom mob coming up when we see it. Alright, so they're just skeletons with guardians on their head, which I thought was pretty interesting. So they have their thorns and they shoot you from a distance instead of, the skeletons don't have bows though, and they like walk towards you and shoot you. I thought that was a good way to have guardians without them just flopping around everywhere, but you do have to kill them both. Now this part is quite hard to get across, although if you do it right then it's fairly easy. You can probably just tunnel through it, but in here there is lava, so you can't just go through it. And there's blazes, of course, because I thought this place needs to be harder. Again, experimentation with shapes, so this gets a bit more narrow, and I think I should need to reduce the light level here because I think this place needs to be a bit more difficult. Moving on now, we have a new shape. Well, it kind of reminds me of the magenta section, but we have multiple ways that we can go. I like to prefer this one because it's the most challenging. I've given some lapis for enchanting, not that you have an enchanting table yet because I'm mean like that. But up here we have blazes, and I think there should be more spawners because it's very easy just to go across this section. But I believe there's a trap in there as well. Again, not going to spoil too much, and I've highlighted it with lapis. I don't think you can collect the lapis at this point because I haven't actually given out any iron pickaxes or diamond pickaxes. So there's that. And there's this massive expanse now. Now I was trying to copy Blackreach from Skyrim and I kind of failed at it, so I'm still working at this section. Not a fan of the dark prismarine, so I need to change that. But there's this huge epic area, and yeah, it is epic because you're just fighting ghasts while trying to place down as many torches as you can, fighting off all the random custom mobs. It is very fun to explore, and there's a lot here. And you'll notice that in there are golden apples, so you can cure villagers if you are up to the task. So there are lots of mechanics of the game here that are waiting to be unlocked, but I need to get rid of these diaries because I'm not a fan of them anymore. I don't really like the storyline that I've added with this map. I don't think it needs a storyline, but I think one will be nice. Now here is an interesting one. You can spawn a white skeleton spawner, which means infinite iron swords. So that's, yeah, lots of mechanics that you can unlock for yourself if you stay in this area for a long time. And then coming down, where is it? So I need to improve on this section because it's kind of hard to figure out where the entrance is to find the wool. But I'm just going to go into game mode 3 and find it. Ah, here it is. Yes, very hard to spot. So let's go down. Again, experimentation with shapes. Not a lot of mob spawners here because I just want the player to go straight into the action, and it's very hard to get out of this place once you get in. This kind of reminds me of a siren's lair for some reason, but this whole place is bedrock, so the longer you stay here, the longer it will drain your hunger. And there's the wool in there, and you get heaps of custom mobs as well. So I didn't really leave any loot here because I just wanted the main challenge to be getting that wool. So now it's time that we go to the next branch. Again, there's a lot to discover in this place. I just haven't got onto it. I haven't actually used my spheres generator for this one because, again, like I said in previous episodes, it wasn't invented back then. Whoa, we're going way too fast. So yeah, here's the lava in that section. Now, the yellow section was very interesting to do. Yes, very interesting. Even though this is a backup, I just can't do this without that. So first of all, TNT everywhere kind of foreshadows what's to come. So yeah, there are TNT spawners. Well, creeper spawners actually with such a short fuse. These are the yellow skeletons. They have spawners on their head which spawn TNT, which I thought was a little quirky thing about them. Also quite interesting to fight as well, but they are pretty easy to eliminate. You just shoot them and bam, they're gone. I might turn off the entity drops for these so the minecart doesn't get dropped all the time, but I'm debating that because I actually haven't worked out how the entity drops part goes. But I know you guys are probably screaming at your screen right now going, Void, no. This place actually isn't that difficult. There are many paths that you can go. Along the sides, I've just littered the place with spawners because I do not want you to go to the sides. So you'll notice there's just blaze spawners everywhere. It's just not worth going all this way for that. I'm getting a bit of frame rate drops at the moment. So, there are heaps of ways you can go. These are those yellow skeleton spawners that I was talking about. They spawn the yellow skeletons. Yep, there they go. So they blow up your progress, which is why I made this half out of obsidian. It's because it just blows up the platform. And so it's kind of pre-made, the way that you have to go, but you can bridge across. And I've put these ghast spawners everywhere to try and stop bridging as much as possible. But obviously there are places that I haven't covered that I need to do. So yes, there's all that. And the wool is up here, and I need way more spawners because this place is actually really easy to conquer. Not once have I fallen into the void while testing this, so obviously I'm gonna need to make it a little bit more difficult, but I don't want to make it like a rage world. I think I called this place Good Luck, so I need to live up to that expectation or change the name. Now I've given out some iron here, which is great because it means infinite cobblestone. You're probably thinking, how does that relate to infinite cobblestone? Well, it means you can make a bucket. I think I provided one here. Yep, I'm just telling you, you need to make a bucket. It means you can make a bucket, grab some lava, mash some lava and water together, and finally you can farm properly and you can create a cobblestone generator at last. And which place the player is probably, oh yeah, it's called Don't Fall. Into the jungle. This next place I have not completed. Oh, I forgot about this guy completely. Lewis the Hermit. So this guy gives you charcoal if you have enough flint. Not sure where you get flint from. There's not a lot of gravel in this world, but I guess I was planning that at the time. What else? Converts rotten flesh into steak. That's a pretty generic one. I think this is a little bit overpowered, so I should probably change that. Lewis's Mighty Steed. If you have a weakness potion and a golden apple, that's interesting. And just generic trades. Let me test out Lewis's Mighty Steed because oh, and there's a saddle in here for you as well. I am interested in that. I don't think the stats were too good, but I think, oh no, I just ruined everything. I think this was the kind of thing. Oh, I guess you can. So it is very possible to do this at this stage. What kind of weakness? Huh. This doesn't work. Anyway, we'll come back to this. So at which point you get a horse, finally.